Go.
This is Cash's Corner. We're going to do our SummerSlam picks, and depending on what we're doing, we're going to talk about wrestling. I'm Kash, and this is Dad Glick.
Dad Glick.
Yes.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Cash's Corner. It's a brand new show here on the network. It is wrestling talk and wrestling conversation, so hopefully there's some other wrestling fans out there. And as he said, he's Cash, so he's going to kind of run things around here. But he's the newest member of the network. If you're not already checking out the network, go ahead and give us a follow on all the social medias. We are everywhere: Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok. You can also see all of our shows live throughout the week on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. And you can listen to us anytime, any place, wherever you listen to podcasts, all at the Nonsensical Network. Or you can simply go to bio.link/Nonsensical Network. It's going to be scrolled right down there at the bottom of the screen the entire time we're doing the show tonight. So, we're going to be talking about SummerSlam, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right around the corner. It's the party of the summer.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of still dealing with after effects of WrestleMania, but also getting us ready for next year's WrestleMania. Are you excited for it?
Me.
So you want to go ahead and start and get into the matches?
Who we have first is Bayley and Nia Jax for the WWE Women's World Champion.
Yep. Who you got? Who you picking?
I feel like it's going to be Bayley.
You think Bayley? I think you're right. But you got any predictions or anything like that? What do you think is going to happen? I think you're right. I think it is going to be Bayley as well. But I think somebody's going to try to cash in her Money in the Bank.
I think Tiffy's going to cash in if, say Nia Jax does win. She's going to cash in on her. But she's going to fail.
I think she's going to try to cash it in on whoever wins.
And I feel like if she cashes on Bayley, Nia Jax is going to stop her because I feel like she's going to want to have rematches with her for it.
You don't think? Cameron said, show Pops how to host a show. What do you think? I think Tiffy, we're gonna make a little notes here. We both think a little Tiffy attempted cash in. She's gonna fail. Is that what you're thinking?
But we also have Liv, who she can also cash in on.
Yeah, she could. You think she would try to cash in on Liv or Rhea?
Yeah, depending. Because she's acting like this, so they're looking out for her.
I don't know. That'd be a little twist of Rooski right there.
Yeah.
All right, so we got next. You got anything else to say about that match? Women's matches are pretty cut straightforward for the most part. They just go in, do what they need to do.
They don't really do any storytelling with them.
Yeah, not really. There's not a whole lot, unfortunately. But we did have a pretty big storyline with Liv and Rhea. Next match we got is the Women's World Championship match. Rhea, a.k.a. Mommy, just returning from injury. Liv riding high on her Liv Revenge tour. She's got the belt. She thought she had Dom, Daddy Dom.
I think he likes her too. They like each other.
You think they like each other? You think Dom likes Liv?
I don't know. The way.
I think it's a little too early for Rhea to win. I think Liv's going to hold on to the title just a little bit longer, but it's only because Dom's going to try to interfere to help Rhea, and he's going to screw up like he always does.
Yeah. And
he's going to cost Rhea the match, and they're going to kind of build that storyline. They're going to keep going with that storyline a little bit more with Dom and Rhea.
Dom, Liv,
and Rhea.
I would like to see Rhea win, but it's gonna be Liv.
You think it's gonna be Liv too? Are you just gonna pick all the ones I pick?
No, you picked who I went with Bailey. Because I feel like it's a little too.
Do you think there's gonna be anything that's gonna happen? Do you think maybe I'm wrong and Dom's gonna interfere and help Rhea win? We're both picking Liv though.
I feel like the Judgment Day will get involved with it. Damien's gonna be out there, and the Judgment Day is gonna get involved with something with it. That's mine.
JD McGunna gets involved. You're saying?
I feel like it's gonna get the Judgment Day involved.
Gotcha. I don't know. Yeah, like I said, I don't know. I think women's matches, I don't think they live up to what they really could potentially live up to.
Dom is about to cost Rhea the match, but then Jay comes out and stops Dom.
Jay comes out. You say Jay gets involved? Mm-hmm. Jay Uso? He's not on the card. He don't have a match, so so are you going to say Rhea wins now, or are you still sticking with Liv? Jay gets involved. Well, we're going to put that. Jay gets involved. You got a couple different outlooks on it. First, you think the Judgment Day is going to get involved. Then you think Jay's going to get involved.
He's been trying to shoot a shot.
Yeah, he has been trying to shoot his shot. That's for sure. All right. That would be a pretty cool hookup, though. But do you think Rhea would leave Judgment Day, or do you think Jay would become a part of the Judgment Day?
I don't think he's going to do that. I think Rhea's going to leave because she's tired of with all of them.
Tired of all them knuckleheads?
Then Liv is trying to get in the Judgment Day.
Judgment Day has kind of become a little bit of a circus with Carlito there, and Lord only knows what Finn's doing, and Dom's an idiot. I'm not a big fan of Dom. All right. What do we got next? What's our next match?
We got Logan Paul and LA Knight for the U.S. title.
All right. What are you thinking?
LA Knight.
See, Cash is going LA Knight. What do you you have any predictions or anything that you think might happen?
I think Logan Paul's going to come out with somebody in the prime bottle.
Again? He always comes out with KS1 in the prime bottle.
Well, that's WrestleMania.
Is KS1 going to get beat up again in the prime bottle?
Well, this WrestleMania 40, it was I showed Speed in the prime bottle.
Oh, was it? Yeah, I don't know. He's always got somebody. I'm going to go LA Knight. L.A. Knight. Yeah. I think it's time for him. I think it's time. L.A. Knight he's been performing. He's been doing really good. It's time for him to finally get his first gold in WWE. And that, I think Logan just has a lot of stuff going on outside the company. We don't get – I don't like these part-time champions that are never around.
If there's nobody in the prime, if there's no prime bottle, maybe AJ Styles might get involved.
Who?
AJ Styles with their little and their little argument.
I think what's his name? Well, Logan Paul's going to try to use the brass knucks.
Yeah.
Obviously, the brass knuckles are going to be trying to getting involved. He's going to try to use them. I think LA Knight's going to turn around, but I also think that with the feud going on with Estrada, and maybe he might interfere, but I don't think so. I think this will be a pretty straightforward match outside of Logan Paul trying to introduce the brass knuckles, and I think it'll finally be LA Knight's time to shine and carry a title.
We still have, I think, one more Monday Night Raw and one more SmackDown.
We have, there's Monday Night Raw tomorrow night, and then the final SmackDown before the pay-per-view Friday night. And Friday night it was just announced that was it Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu will be fighting DIY for the tag team championship on SmackDown.
I hope DIY retains.
Yeah, I think I don't like this new bloodline, but we'll talk about
We're
that.
getting off track.
Yeah, we'll talk about that a little bit. They have to. I agree. I agree 100%. NTD. It's time. It's time. They have to put a belt on Knight. I like LA Knight. I've liked him even back when he was on TNA and whatnot. And I thought he's been an absolute rock star since he's come to WWE. Non-title matches, title matches, ladder matches, whatever the case may be. I think he absolutely shines. He's great on the mic. The crowd loves him. The crowd gets involved. The fans love him. I think it's time that they finally put the belt on LA Knight and sign, seal, deliver that shit, man. Let's go. You know. Yeah, that's what I was just saying about it. I don't like these part-time champions. I don't like these champions that are paper champions. That's what I've liked about with Damian Priest being the world heavyweight. He's there every week. Appreciate it. Appreciate you popping in. I don't know how you feel about the part-time champions, but I like Damian being around. Cody's always around doing something. He's involved somehow. Might not be putting the title on the line every week, but he's still there every week. Bailey's around. Sammy. I don't like these part-time champs that we only see once a month or once every couple months at a pay-per-view when they decide that they want to defend their title. So I think we've got a good run of champions right now, as far as not being part-timers, with the exception of Logan Paul. What do you think about the part-timers? Like Brock Lesnar used to be in, Roman Reigns, never being around when they're the champs.
Like, I feel like if you're gonna have them be the champ, they need to be on the show more.
He's a big fan of Priest, especially seeing him out of the kayfabe stuff. I like seeing his TikTok videos, or the TikTok videos that he's in. I like seeing him having fun and having fun even on the shows. I was a fan of Priest when he was in NXT, but I've become more of a fan of Damian since he got into the title picture, and then he picked up that win and got the title. I've become a bigger fan of him. I like Priest.
Yeah.
So we're both picking LA Knight. Let's see if we have a difference of opinion here. Our next match on the card that we're going to talk about is the Intercontinental titles. Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker. I said it for Money in the Bank, and I'm going to say it again. It's time for Breaker.
No.
He's going to break Sami Zayn in half.
No.
Yes.
No, same thing.
It's the biggest dog in the yard. He's got that dog in him, baby.
Same thing.
You're saying Sami Zayn. This is our first difference. So you're just being the kid fan, and you're like, Sami Zayn is super kid friendly. That's why.
No. Did you not see him at WrestleMania against Gunther, whatever.
I mean, Sami is the ultimate underdog. He always has been.
He was losing, but he gained up his power and did it. And he beat Braun Breaker at Money in the Bank. But I feel like Dragon, whatever his name is going to get involved.
I think there's gonna be somehow, some way that Dragunov gets involved. I agree with you. He might get involved, and they might turn it into a triple threat match. If he gets involved, like before the match or when the match first begins, it could become a triple threat match.
With how Sami Zayn, if he doesn't get involved, with Sami Zayn and Jay's who've been teaming up, and like how they've been friends, he might help them a little.
Well, this is what I think is going to happen. This is why I think, well, not only do I want Braun Breaker to win, because I like Braun Breaker, but you got to go back on YouTube and watch old school matches with Braun's dad and his uncle, the Steiner brothers, because his dad, Rick Steiner, the dog-faced gremlin, and Big Papa Pump, I got your hookup. Holla if you hear me. The genetic freak. The Steiner brothers were awesome back in the day. And Braun is like that perfect combination of both Rick and Scott Steiner. The athleticism, the size, the guy's a goddamn freak of nature.
All right, stop talking with your old school talk, you old man. Look at that gray hair all over your beard.
I can't help it. I've been around watching wrestling since forever.
Since 1890.
Trying to elevate. I agree. I think Breaker. I think it's time. Much like LA Knight. And I say this because I think after last Monday night, when Sammy and Jay teamed up and took on JD and Finn, I could see them pushing those two into a tag team title run, Sammy and Jay, and maybe build up a few with everything going on with Mommy and Dom and Jay, maybe pushing Jay and Sammy into a feud with the Judgment Day, which eventually leads to them winning the tag team titles. He is an absolute. I mean, we talked about it when we did the Money in the Bank show with Mark and Brian, and we talked about Braun Breaker. It was like they took everything that was good about, like they just took the DNA and everything that was good about Rick and Scott, put it into one human being, and made Braun Breaker. The kid is. He's got to work on his mic skills a little bit, but outside of that, he's phenomenal in the ring. I mean, well, I say it's Breaker time. The Cinderella story for Sami Zayn is over. It's midnight. Go home before you turn into a pumpkin, Sammy. And I like Sammy, but
if he makes Braun Breaker win against Sammy, I'm gonna go over to Triple H with his own sledgehammer and beat him.
So you think you're gonna go take a sledgehammer and beat up Triple H?
Maybe I'll get Shawn Michaels with me.
Shawn Michaels is gonna help you. Are you gonna reignite that feud that Shawn Michaels and Triple H had back in the day? Maybe.
Maybe make the DX come back.
Maybe. I don't know what to think, because they showed the replay and they played it out that he hit his head, but it didn't even look like he hit his head on the ring to me. I don't know if you've seen that. Yeah, it didn't even look like it. So I hope he's not hurt, but
or maybe he hit his ear and put it Donald Trump.
Yeah, maybe. If he isn't, I could definitely see a spin and it turning into a triple threat match. And I think if it does do that, it's only going. They're only going to do the triple threat match to further legitimize Breaker's win, because Breaker will get a win over two solid athletes and two great performers to get his first title reign. So. Two wrestling guys for our show think they're freeing up Sammy and Jay for, and I think that's another thing. I agree with that. And I was going to talk about that once we got to the main event match. Obviously, I wanted to talk about that too. I think that's a huge possibility as well. Freeing up Sammy and Jay for the Bloodline feud, for Roman making a comeback and Jimmy coming back, and them going. OG Bloodline versus this fake Bloodline.
Some Muppet.
What?
The Muppet.
The Muppets. Yeah. It's one of those things, man. These guys they train and they practice, but accidents happen, and they legitimately don't want to hurt anything. So, yeah, hopefully, Dragunov is all right. He's okay. And he's not really hurt, and again, it could have been a part of the script. How we're gonna play it out, and that might be why Braun was looking kind of confused and concerned. So, what do we got next on the agenda?
CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre for a special guest ref, Seth Rollins.
Now, this match, as we know, has been building since the Royal Rumble. You know, CM Punk has had this injury since the Royal Rumble. Him and Drew McIntyre, he screwed Drew McIntyre out of championships. Blah blah blah. I was excited. I never thought you weren't even alive yet when CM Punk was last in the company. I never thought that we would hear Cult of Personality in the WWE again. I never thought we would see the greatest in the world dropping pipe bombs in a WWE ring ever again. So to see the CM Punk return, to see, CM Punk and WWE come to terms, I got excited. I've always been a huge Punk fan. I've been even when he was in different circuits. I didn't think he had any business being in MMA because he sucked in the MMA.
I feel like Seth Rollins will get a little involved with the match, like maybe throw a little punch. A little stomp.
And DT says Seth is going to double DQ and set them up for a crazy match at Bad Blood. I'm loving this feud. What do you think about the feud? I think the storyline's been great, and I've really liked Drew and CM Punk going after each other and taking turns one-upping.
I like the storyline that's going on, but at WrestleMania, it wasn't CM Punk's fault. Drew McIntyre could have left the area, and Damian couldn't run on him.
Well, there's that.
He had to go suck it in on CM Punk.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not his fault.
Yeah.
He could have just left.
He could have got the hell out of he could have got the hell out of Dodge and been the champ. NDT says, I am a Drew fan. He deserves the belt. I hope he gets it someday. I am too. I'm a Drew McIntyre fan. I'm also kind of a little bit over Drew McIntyre right now. I think this storyline between him and Punk and him and Punk or Punk screwing him over time and time again, I like, and it gives us that little bit of a break of Drew and the title scene, because giving Damian the opportunity was great, and he's done great with his run so far. But I think he'll get there again. I think Drew will get there again. And don't these two just... I do believe that Drew and CM Punk actually do not like each other in real life. I think that's a real life thing. Could be wrong, but I think you're right on that. So anyway, who do you have winning? And do you have any predictions for the match?
I got Seth Rollins.
You got Seth Rollins winning. Well, he can't win. He's the referee. Well, he could win in a way if he DQs both of them. What's going on, Chris Technician? Nice. Gotcha, Corey.
I've got to go with CM Punk, maybe.
You're going to go with CM Punk? I'm going to go with Punk, too. I'm going to go with CM Punk as well, mainly because this is going to be the first time that we really get to see him in action since he's come back. With the injury, and a lot of things have just been feeding into the storyline. So I'm going to go with Punk as well.
And most times, when a wrestler makes their return or debut, they have them win.
Yeah, exactly. What's going on, Corey? He's Cash. I'm Glick. We're one show of many shows. This is actually his first show. This is the debut show of Cash's Corner tonight. We have multiple shows on the network. I think we have 6, 7, 8 shows on the network, something like that. So there's a lot of us. I'll watch my language. Your son's around. Yeah, you're fine, Chris. Don't worry. Um, so do you think there's going to be any kind of crazy shenanigans or fuckery or tomfoolery that happens in this match?
Besides Seth Rollins, I don't know. Maybe AJ Lee comes back and
there's been a lot of rumors about AJ possibly coming back to the WWE, which I wouldn't be mad at.
But the best time for her to return is the Royal Rumble, because that's when most returns happen.
Yeah, I think they'll push her off a little bit more. I think obviously Seth Rollins is going to get involved in some way, shape, or form. I just don't know how. I don't know if Seth Rollins will have a major impact on the match, but he's going to get involved in some way, shape, physically involved, because
he's not going to count all the way. He's going to be like 1, 2, 5.
I think he'll get physically involved with Drew, because Drew's had that temper lately where he's been throwing referees around and everything else. I think he's going to put his hands on Seth, and then Seth might kick his head off. But, I don't think that'll change the outcome of the match.
But there's been only 2 refs, CM Punk and Seth Rollins. Since that Clash at the Castle, He is a ref.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, because he did come out and cost him the match at Clash at the Castle. I forgot about that. That just happened. He came out. CM Punk came out as a ref. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I forgot about that. Nonsense and deep thoughts. Nice. We you know what? We'll take a little. We're getting ready to jump into the two big matches of the night. The undisputed and the world heavyweight matches. It's a good time for you. Got to learn to say this. You're gonna have to learn all the shows and how to tell everybody about them. We'll take a real. We're not going to take a break or anything. We're just going to take a real station identification, if you will. The Nonsensical Network. Here we have a variety of shows that kind of go around a lot of different categories, conversations, we start the week off on Monday nights with Men Caring for Men. It's a men's mental health show. So we're talking about men's mental health, personal experiences, whatnot. We do encourage any man who would like to be a guest on the show to reach out to us and let us know. Anybody who wants to come up for conversations and whatnot, let us know. We'll get it scheduled. We do the show every Monday night. Tuesday nights, starting this Tuesday, used to be on Fridays, but now it's moving to Tuesdays. One of my shows, and I host Men Caring for Men for the time being. Myself, Connor, and new co-hosts to be named down the road when we find them. Tuesday nights is Glick's House of Music. I sit down with up-and-coming local musicians, and we chit-chat. We get to know them a little bit better. We talk about their career, play some of their music, and just kind of hang out. Wednesday nights is What the Fuck News. That's hosted by myself with Jeff and Connor. And basically, if it's in the news and it makes you say, what the fuck, we're going to talk about it. And hopefully you guys say what the fuck too. We put a comedy spin on it. We have fun with it. Thursday nights is we have 2 new shows that debuted this week. Is our newest show. Whose Argument Is It Anyways? It's not your typical debate show. It's a nonsensical debate show. Basically, it's hosted by our boy Blaze. He has 2 contestants that come up. They have 3 topics that they debate about. And it's all in good fun and humor. Your mama jokes are allowed. Arguing is allowed. Breaking each other's balls, whatever you want to do. They have topics like last week on the debut show. They had you walk into a bar and Jessica Rabbit's there, drop your best pickup line. Donald Duck versus Daffy Duck, who gives the best bill job, and etc. I don't remember what the topics are for this Thursday coming up. Fridays is is an empty night for the time being. This show might be on Friday, Cash's Corner. We'll do it every other week and do like weekly recaps and pay-per-view picks and predictions and all that stuff. And then Saturday nights is the flagship show, the show that started it all. Nonsensical Nonsense, my baby. This is where we started a couple years back. We did Nonsensical Nonsense 3 nights a week. And now it's on Saturday nights. It's unhinged, unapologetic. Boys being boys, men being men, having conversations, shooting the shit, breaking each other's balls, just talking about whatever and anything. However, we call it the Open Door Challenge because we put the twist on it and we throw the link right into the chatters box where you guys are over there chatting. We call that the chatters box. And we put that link right in there and we challenge you guys, encourage you guys, whatever. Come on up on stage and hang out with us. Come up on the show. Be a part of the show. We only have 2 rules for that. A, please turn your camera on. And B, put your wieners away. Nobody wants to see your daggone wieners. Stop it. We've been wiener bombed. We have to tell people not to show their wieners on camera.
By who?
By weird dudes.
Ban them.
Well, they do get banned.
But honestly, don't watch their shows. Just watch mine.
Yeah. And then on Sundays, we end the week with Jeff and Benji. They got Jeff's garage. If it fits in a garage and it's got a motor in it, they're going to talk about it. I thought they were doing a show today, but apparently they didn't. They were going to talk about the new Corvette that was coming out, I believe. So I don't know what happened there. It must have got scrapped. But you can find all the shows. We are on all the social medias, Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok. We do the shows live on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. You can get in the chatters box and hang out and take part of the conversations with us. Or if you can't listen to us live or you miss us live, you can listen any place, anytime, wherever you listen to podcasts at. All at the Nonsensical Network, or you can simply go to that bio.link right down there on the bottom of your screen, bio.link/Nonsensical Network. All of our links are there. If you guys would give us a follow, give us a listen, and give us a like, and if you'd be so kind to give us a share, we'd greatly appreciate that. Nonsense and Deep Thoughts podcast. So I'll have to check you guys out as well. Appreciate you coming in here and being in the chatters box. We're having a lot of fun on the network, and as Cash said, the only show that matters is apparently his show.
It does.
Making its debut tonight. I've created a monster. The kid fired me before we even did the first show. I'm just a co-host. It's his show. He's the host. And he threatened to fire me last night before we even did the first show. And I told him that the network's mine, so I threatened to fire him right back. Yes, all news is kind of what the fuck ish. However, we cover stories like guy thinks it's funny to pull a practical joke. He's driving through the park on his bicycle, jumps off, pulls his pants down, and shoves a water fountain up his ass. Lady moves to Dubai and gets paid $50,000 for people to crap on her. Per crapping. Stuff like that. Stuff like that. Just a random crazy Florida man news. Florida man news is always entertaining. But, anywho, back to business. We're here. We're talking about SummerSlam tonight. We're making our picks. We're making our choices. So far, for the most part, we're pretty much in agreement, which is going to happen because we watch wrestling together all the time and we talk about wrestling all the time. So, we've already had these conversations for the most part. I had to tell her the other night, hey, let's save it for the show. So what do we got next? What's our next match that we're going to talk about?
Damian Priest versus Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Damian and the Ring General Gunther. Also, you're King of the Ring. Who you got? Damian. I'm going to go with Damian too. I don't think his time is up yet. Just yet.
Like, Gunther did hold a title longer than Damian. Like, I don't think they're going to do that.
You don't think you think anything crazy is going to happen in this match, or you think this will just be a straight up match?
Maybe maybe the Judgment Day.
We appreciate you coming by. Appreciate that.
Maybe the Judgment Day will get involved, but doesn't Gunther like have a partner?
Who does he have? I can't remember that guy's name. He does. I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to say that the Judgment Day does not get involved at all. This is probably going to be the cleanest match of the night. I think this is going to be the cleanest match of the night. A straight up, nobody gets involved. Nobody comes out. Gunther has really been running Damian down the last few weeks and talking so Damian has a lot to prove.
Was it this past Monday? They both got kicked out of the.
Yeah, after the because they were going to kill each other.
They're probably going to try to rip off their heads if they could get to them.
Yeah, just to kind of back up for a second, don't forget that in this CM Punk and Drew McIntyre story, they can't touch each other until SummerSlam, and we still have Monday Night Raw tomorrow night. You think anything is going to happen between these two?
I think maybe Drew might get in CM Punk's face, and it's going to want him to hit him.
No.
Or one of them is going to get in each other's face and want to hit them to hit each other. Yeah,
very well could. So, yeah, I think this is going to be a straight-up match, and that's one of the biggest reasons why I don't think Damian's going to lose, because Gunther's been talking a lot of trash about Damian and his upbringing and being like from the streets and being poor and not,
street trash.
Yeah, street trash. So I think this will be a clean, straight-up match, and Damian gets a victory. Nobody interferes or anything like that.
Maybe. Like, after the match, Damian will win. Gunther's going to go, like, shake his hand, but then attack him.
It's a good possibility.
Then that's when the Judgment Day gets involved.
So you think Gunther's going to attack Damian after the match, and then everybody from the Judgment Day is going to come out and they're going to beat him down?
Yeah.
Dirty Dom.
JD Clarita. He's going to get the apple spit out of his mouth.
Before we get to the big match, the big match here. So, like I said, we still have Monday night. We still have Raw tomorrow night, and we still have SmackDown Friday before SummerSlam. So tomorrow night, you're going to have the potential of a interaction. Do you think anything's going to happen tomorrow night between Liv and Rhea and Dom? You think there's going to be anything that happens tomorrow night between them leading up to SummerSlam?
Dom's gonna be probably like walking around backstage looking for Rhea Ripley, but then Liv comes up to talk to him, and then like nobody can like they can't find him, so then Mommy goes out to the ring and can like tries to or goes to find them. And
you think Liv kidnaps Dom?
He's under the ring hostage.
I can see that. Corey said he thinks Priest retains. If he doesn't, it's because Finn cost him the match. I think Damian Priest is going to be leaving the Judgment Day here before long.
Maybe like because the way Finn has been looking at him, one of them is going to leave the Judgment Day.
Yeah, I think we're going to start to see a little bit of a. We're going to start to see the Judgment Day kind of start to dissolve a little bit.
Then the Demon Finn is going to come back.
I like seeing Demon Finn. The Demon King, I like seeing him, but I think he said that he's retiring that persona.
In the clubhouse, there's a lunchbox of.
Oh yeah.
If you over on like one of their lockers, if you look at top of it.
So do you think if Damian retains and then they set it up to where Jay and Sammy win the tag titles from Ben and JD, that the Judgment Day, that door starts to open up where the Judgment Day starts to break up a little bit, starts to fall apart, and they create a storyline for Finn and Damian to have a title match.
Or maybe Damian does lose to Gunther, and like the whole Judgment Day loses their gold, and then they start to break up.
That could be too. I would love to see Bo Dallas and Gable at SummerSlam. Or I just want to see it. Period. I want to see more from the Wyatt Six. With all the build up and the hype, I think if they keep pushing the hype train, it's going to run out of steam if they don't start getting them involved in matches and actually.
And maybe go after other people too.
Yeah, well, they're going to build a small feud, and you know, Chad teaming up with the Creed brothers could help lead to that, because obviously a more legit feud if the Wyatt Six or Bo is Uncle Howdy is feuding with Chad Gable. It's a little bit more legit if he has the Creed brothers behind him, and nothing against Otis and Tozawa, because I love both of them, but they don't stand a snowball's chance in hell against the Wyatts. So the Creed brothers at least present more of a challenge-ish for the Wyatt Six. But I think we are building up to something with Chad and Bo / Uncle Howdy. I think we're going to get something down the line. How long it takes, I don't know, but I think they got to hurry up before they run out of steam with that. Then we've got, what else do we got on Monday night? Obviously, there's going to be something that goes down with Dragunov, Sammy, and Braun tomorrow night. Something's going to go down involving those three, if not two of the three.
Yeah.
And we could actually get it tomorrow night. They could make the announcement tomorrow night that this match becomes a triple threat match if something happens tomorrow night, if Dragunov's not really injured.
And if he isn't injured, it might change my my prediction of the win, depending on how bad, like how he's feeling. It might, if they do.
So if they add, so let's say it hasn't happened yet, but let's say it does happen tomorrow night. They say that they're going to add Dragunov and make it a triple threat match. Who do you think will win? If it's a triple threat match, we'll just do this. We'll do a little question mark, and then we'll make our predictions. If they turn it into a triple threat match, who do you think will win?
Dragunov.
You think Dragunov will win the Intercontinental title if it's a triple threat match? Wow.
And Braun Breaker did in NXT. He did win the championship before.
Yeah, he did.
And I don't think
I'm still going to go with Breaker.
I don't think Elliot Dragon has won any championship.
I thought he was the North American or something. I thought he was our NXT champion or something. Hey, it's Glick Glock and Mini Glick. No, I agree. We definitely need a match. They've been teasing it forever. A lot of times when you run the hype train too much, it kind of loses steam if we don't get matches. What's going on, Leggy? All right. So then, we still have another SmackDown too.
Yeah.
And as we know, Friday night, LA Knight is fighting. Why can't I never remember that guy's name?
No, he already fought him.
Yeah, I thought he was fighting him this Friday night coming up before.
No, he fought him because.
Oh yeah, that's right. He did fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, he won.
Yeah.
And then they beat him down.
Yeah.
So do you think there's going to be anything more between these two Friday night before SummerSlam?
It's gonna be. It becomes like a extreme. Like it might become a extreme rules match, maybe. Like with all that, like they keep it like with Logan attacking him, and like they keep attacking each other.
I should put him in a cage.
I don't think that's how that's rightfully played. They can put them in a cage.
Yeah. I don't think we're going to get anything more than what we've already seen between Bayley and Nia Jax. I think you might see Michin and Bailey team up against Nia and Tiffy, if that's not already a match.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to happen.
Yeah, I don't think
Friday.
I don't think we're gonna get anything more out of that. Anywho,
Tiffy gets the new Money in the Bank. They would get shenanigans like that.
Nice, Sean. Chris Benoit is going to raise from hell and win a match. Yeah, I think he's stuck in hell forever, permanently. All right, the main event, the match of the night. We got the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes versus the fake tribal chief, the fake head of the table, a fraud, and Solo Sikoa. What's that?
The cosplay tribal chief.
The cosplay tribal chief. Not my tribal chief.
Roman.
Solo Sikoa for the WWE Undisputed Heavyweight title. I think it's safe to say we're both going to agree on who we think is going to win. I'm going to go with Cody.
Oh, I'm going to go with Sikoa. I'm just kidding.
You're going to go with Solo? Oh, no, you said so.
Yeah.
So we only have...
Put it out. The bloodline's definitely going to get involved.
The bloodline is 100% going to get involved.
But then that's when Roman and Jimmy and like Jay.
So you think, and I was kind of feeling this way too. To build for the bloodline feud, and start to have the time to really push for it. Now is the time for Roman to return.
No, Roman Reigns music hit. It's Paul Heyman coming out in a wrestling gear.
So, I think there's going to be a big return in this match, and it should be Roman.
But then, Roman, becomes close to Cody, and they help each other.
Well, a lot of people think that they're going to bring a babyface Roman Reigns back. And Cody's the biggest babyface in the company.
I don't think they're gonna make Cody have rematches with Roman because he's too for how long he had that. They're not gonna give him the title.
No, I don't think there'll be a rematch with Roman and Cody in the future because they're gonna have this bloodline feud. But I think
Roman's just gonna suck it up. Unlike most wrestlers that want the rematches.
I think because Randy Orton's injured, Kevin Owens is injured, and it doesn't leave really much of anybody else to come out and have
returns from other wrestlers.
Yeah, Cody's back, or to help Cody against the bloodline.
Well, whatever his brother's name, I think.
Dustin. Yeah, Dustin just won his first gold in 5 years with him and the Von Erichs. They won the 3-man tag team championships with ROH just the other day.
And Jimmy is medically clear.
Jimmy's so maybe Roman and Jimmy return to help Cody against Solo, and not even to really help Cody, but to come back and
get their revenge.
Yeah, get their revenge because Solo and his band of idiots took Jimmy out, and then they took out Paul Heyman, which is Roman's guy. So you think they come out? One of them come out? There have also been rumors. What if The Rock comes? The Rock's a jackass.
Since he's returned, when he returned and helped, he's been thinking he's all tough and final.
Joe says, I think The Rock is going to return at SummerSlam.
Well, he's going to act like he's going to help Roman, but he's going to switch sides and go to the...
So you think The Rock will take over the fake bloodline or the new bloodline?
And that's why... And so Sikoa's just going to hand it over to him. He's been building this stuff for The Rock.
Right.
And then at Survival Series, it's going to be that match with Jay, Roman, Jimmy, and same thing, but they will need to find another member. Then that leads to a return.
a return or a debut because there's still like 100 million people in this in their daggone family that could show up.
Or because there's another but who has had issues with Jacob Fatu, so he might come help.
Yeah. So so we're both kind of we both think this is going to be the match. This WWE Undisputed title match is going to be it's going to be a crazy one. There's going to be a lot going on. Bloodline's going to get involved. I think we're going to get at least one, if not two, big returns in that match.
Brock Lesnar returns.
I don't think Brock Lesnar is going to be back anytime soon. But
the tractor that flips over the ring.
There is that potential that Brock could, Brock's been gone for a while. So, yeah, I think we're going to get a really big return. This is going to be a wild match. This is going to be an exciting match full of all kinds of twists and turns. And I definitely think this is going to be the start of the feud between real Bloodline and fake Bloodline. Or Bloodline 2.0, whatever you want to call it.
I don't think they're going to do this, but if they do have Sikoa win the championship, it's going to shock the whole entire fans of WWE.
Yeah, I don't think Solo's going to win. I don't think there's a chance in hell. And also with the return of Roman or Jimmy and setting up the Bloodline versus Bloodline feud, that's going to allow Cody to finally be done with the Bloodline and move on to different storylines and other other feuds, maybe with Randy Orton.
Because there's when he was back in the locker room with him, you could tell he wants that title.
Yeah, and they're friends, so they're gonna it'll be one of those cool. Or do we see the return of the Viper, the true legend killer Randy Orton? I hear voices in my head. Bad guy, heel turn. Yeah, I think this will finally. Cody will win, and he will finally close the book on his feud with the Bloodline. There might be a little bit of here and there, but I think the actual feud itself will be done and over, because that Roman or Jimmy or whoever is going to be coming back, and that new feud, which will be, I think, will be a really cool feud, Bloodline versus Bloodline. I think that'll be really cool to see and really cool to watch. So, got any other thoughts or predictions or anything else before we wrap up?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? All right.
Maybe Randy and Kevin team up and turn their backs on Cody.
It's a good possibility. I don't think it'll happen just yet.
Then they decide who's going to go for Cody's gold. Then they're going to go for the tag team champions.
Oh yeah.
They're going to try to run.
I think if Jacob and Tama, is that who it is? Tama,
the first one that shows up, Tama.
Yeah. I think if him and Jacob win the titles, that'll be something that they would set up with Randy and Kevin Owens, where they would feud with them a little bit to try to get the tag team titles, which they probably will get them pretty quick. With them setting up the feud, I think if they do win the titles, they're gonna drop them pretty fast so that they can just focus on the feud.
I'll be a little sad if DIY loses the title.
Yeah, I like DIY. I liked them when they were in NXT. I liked them in
NXT. They did have they did fight a lot.
Yeah.
They had a little rivalry.
Yeah, they had a rivalry, but those two guys are good individually, and they're really good together. So, as like that. DX, as R-Truth calls them.
Maybe if Jay and Sammy don't get it, Awesome Truth maybe go back and try to get their titles back.
Well, yeah, maybe. Got a little song here to close it out, and then we'll wrap up the show. We'll be back after SummerSlam at some point. We're going to recap SummerSlam. We're going to rehash our picks and predictions. Maybe he won't be so nervous, and we'll get him talking a little bit more because he is a very talkative little guy when you get him talking. But it is his first show being on air. So we'll try to get him talking more in the next episode. Like he's checking us out over on Twitch, giving us love on Twitch, as well as YouTube and everything. You don't know that I got this, but I got a little song to close the show out. So we're gonna play a little outro music, and we'll come back and close the show out and kind of go from there.
I go down if they all go live. I don't really need your crown if the whole team switch. Everyone gets smacked down when main event get pissed. So understand that I'm raw. No flaws at peak. No flaws at peak. Big dog technique. No talking ring. Get dropped and sing. Everyone gets smacked down when main event gets pissed. Understand that I'm raw. No flaws at peak. So top on I shall shop. Tribal cheek could get rocked. Electrify the beat, but I'm no rock. Trademark, so now it's me. And I got love for my brother. As long as we don't meet on the matter topic. Everyone gets super kicked up by the game. Yeah, old souls, they all could get hit. I don't miss. It's a party when I'm lit. I'm the wave, I'm a comet that's gonna start a big shit. Me, oops. Day one is just me, oops. Day one is Jay. Line them all up, knock them down like this. Jumping out the top rope. See that splash makes spills. This that main event ish. We be feeling vintage. We never expire. We the only thing presented. One-on-one with me, you bout to hit his trademark. I went from blue to red, but still in blue is trademark. So how could I go down if they all go miss? I don't really need your crown if the whole team switch. Everyone gets smacked down when main event get pissed. So understand that I'm raw. No flaws at peak. No flaws at peak. Big dog technique. No talking ring. Get drunk and sing. Everyone gets smacked down when main event get pissed. So understand that I'm raw. No flaws at peak. Oops. Get 'em, get 'em, get 'em, get 'em, get 'em. Ooh, just get 'em, get 'em, just get 'em, just get 'em.
Yeet, 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 yeet. All right. You got anything else to say? We're done.
Well, thank you for watching, and whenever we're back, we'll probably be recapping and doing picks. So,
Yeah, we'll be recapping SummerSlam when we come back. Probably be not next week, the following week. The show will be every other week because he does like to go see his mom. So it will be an every other week show, and we haven't quite figured out the day yet. But it'll either be on Fridays or Saturday afternoons. So when we come back, we'll be the next episode. We'll be recapping our SummerSlam picks. We'll be recapping SummerSlam and maybe talking a little bit about what happened on the Raws and SmackDowns leading up and after, depending upon how long it is. But we'll be back here in a couple weeks-ish, about a week and a half, for the next episode of Cash's Corner. Thank you all for listening. Like you said, make sure you check out the network. We are everywhere on all the socials and all that, all at the Nonsensical Network, or you can simply go to bio.link. Enjoy SummerSlam, everybody, and we'll see you next time. Ring the bell. We're out of here.
ding, ding.